Hello students, myself Dr. Chaya BM, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, SVIT. Let's continue with the Module 1 concepts. So here in this video, we'll be looking into classification of real-time systems, time constraints of real-time systems, and what are the various classifications of programs. Classifications of real-time systems. So there are three classifications to be understood. First one is clock-based system, event-based system and interactive system. Clock-based system. Computer always receives input from the external world. So there must be a proper synchronization between external world and internal actions in terms of time. So this we will call as in clock based. These are also called as cyclic or periodic tasks. We can see that it is defined by time constant t. So we need to talk about this time constant t. So what is this time constant t? It is nothing but time taken by a plant to respond to change in input. So this time constant can be measured in terms of hours for any chemical plant and in terms of milliseconds for any given aircraft system. Okay, this time constant time may vary. It can be in terms of hours, or it can be, this time constant can be in terms of milliseconds depending upon the operations or applications like chemical plant or aircraft system. This time constant period will vary, and the computer must be able to perform several tasks, so which can be called as an monitoring, controlling and actuation. So we saw three operations. So when you connect a computer to any plant, it must be capable of taking care of three types of operations. One is monitoring, controlling and actuation. So by the completion of the operation with the specified time depends on number of operations and speed of the computer. Okay, and if you see here this is the time constant t, so it should be able to perform within this time, it should be able to perform monitoring, controlling and actuation. So after this control actuation, there should be a synchronization and to interrupt the operations of the computer at some predetermined fixed time interval. You should place something called as a real-time clock. You should place something called as a real-time clock. The use of real-time clock is very essential, which can be used to obtain the synchronization and the interrupt operations of the computer at the predetermined fixed time interval. So monitoring, controlling actuation, a small real-time clock is initiated here. Again the same operations will be repeated. So this is called as a cyclic or periodic task. So event based systems. So these are the tasks that respond to some event, but not at a particular fixed time interval. So only with respect to some event, but not at particular fixed time interval. Hence we call it as an event based systems. So it has to ensure that the maximum time of a particular event. I mean, these type of real-time systems must respond within maximum time to a particular event. So basically it uses polling method or by using interrupts to inform computer that action is required. Apart from that, it also uses alarm conditions and it initiates alarm actions. So this event based systems are occurring at non-deterministic intervals, hence we call it as an aperiodic task. One example we can discuss is turning off of a pump. Turning off of a pump. Suppose you have a tank here, so this is 40 milliseconds and this is 20 milliseconds. So there should be some alarm or event has to be initiated at 20 seconds before the 40 seconds is a final period. At 20 second itself, there should be an indication that there is only 20 more seconds in order to fill this tank. So this is event initiated system. So this is one such example to make you understand what is actually an event based task. So interactive systems. So railway reservations of airlines and hotels or bank teller machines are some of the examples of interactive systems. So the real-time requirement is that the average response time must not exceed in case of interactive real-time systems. So for example, the ATM might require an operation, so to respond is only 20 seconds. So if average period calculated for 24 hours, it's only 20 seconds average response time. So within 20 seconds, if you don't get a proper response from this ATM, you feel that the interactive system is not operating well. So we have to ensure that the design of interactive system should be in such a way that the requirement is that average response time of 20 seconds if average period calculated for 24 hours must not be exceeded. Time constants within a real-time systems. There are two basic classifications with respect to time constant, that is hard real-time constant systems and soft real-time constant systems. What do you mean by hard real-time systems? So it is a task that is constrained to produce its results within certain predetermined fixed time bounds. That is, it must satisfy the deadlines on each and every occasion. The system is considered to have failed whenever any of its hard real-time tasks does not produce its required results before its deadlines. So any hard real-time system must always ensure that the operations have to be completed within the specified deadline or predetermined fixed time bounds. So failing which it leads to the catastrophic error or failure to the entire system. Soft real-time systems means that these are the systems in which the time bounds associated with them will be soft bound. That means it will be instead of expressing in terms of an absolute value, these systems will be expressed in terms of an average response times required. So, in case if this soft real-time system fail to meet the deadlines, it does not result in the system failure. Only the performance is degraded in case of soft real-time systems. So that's the reason they have mentioned. Occasionally, failure of to meet the deadline does not affect the system. Only the performance will be degraded. So this is hard real-time and soft real-time systems. Some of the examples of hard real-time systems are shown here. That is, there are so many other examples, but then we have mentioned only few here. So, robot systems, anti-missile systems, temperature control of an hot air blower. Suppose if I take robot system, so robot we know that it carries out various tasks. When I say robot, it carries out various tasks such as communication with the host, logging off all the activities, logging on and off sensing applications, and it is used to detect any obstacles, tracking of objects, path planning, and so many things it will do at the same time. So, so many real-time operations it has to perform in case of robot system. Consider that the robot suddenly encounters some obstacle, then the robot need to detect it and try to escape, colliding with it very quickly, right? So if concerned tasks are not completed in time, so since robot is considered as a hard real-time system, that it has to meet the time bounds or deadlines. So it has met with some, encountered with some obstacle, it should ensure to detect it and escape within the defined time, predetermined time. So if it is not completing its task within the specific time bounds, then collision takes place and robot would be considered to be failed. So and we also have one more example to understand about hard real-time system, that is anti-missile system. So this system consists of an critical task. like so many tasks we saw, real-time tasks. Anti-missile system also has so many critical tasks to perform. An anti-missile must first detect incoming missiles, its position, and the anti-missile guns, and then fire to destroy the incoming missile. Before incoming missiles can do any damage, it has to perform its operation. So all that is required is that it has to perform in hard real-time constraints. So it is designed by its nature, and this system considered to have failed when, if any of its tasks fail to complete before corresponding deadlines. So temperature control of an hot air blower can also be considered as one example of hard real-time systems. For example, consider some sampling interval set is about 10 seconds. So if the sampling interval is set by suitable control algorithms, for this particular system the input value must be read, control calculations have to be performed, and output value has to be sent within the specific deadline. So for this particular application, if I specify some time bound T, so it has to perform three operations: collecting input, processing it, and producing output within this time constant T. Okay, assuming that the temperature exposed should be only 50 degrees Celsius, and for 10 seconds, so the same system can be made event based. So if over temperature is detected, so we have to ensure that before this 10 seconds all these tasks have to be performed. So this is a sampling interval which is set. So before that all these operations have to be performed within, that is taking input, processing it, and producing output within the specified time constraint or a deadline. So and it has to expose only 50 degrees Celsius. So this system is considered as a hard real-time system. However, we can also make it soft time constraint to detect if over temperature is detected. At 7th second only we can make it event based, saying that only 3 seconds left in order to complete this task. So in that way we can make it event based. So these are the examples of hard real-time systems. You can think of further examples that are hard real-time systems, and you can analyze yourself and why those systems are hard real-time systems. Then we can also look into some of the examples of soft real-time systems. So few of the examples can be discussed here. The first example would be the web browsing. Normally after an URL is clicked, so when you click on an URL means uniform resource locator corresponding to some web page. What it does, so you click on any link, okay, it will fetch that page and displays within a couple of seconds. Okay, however, even if it is taking some minutes to display and requested page, we still do not consider that system has to be failed. You click on some link or an URL, it takes some time, you don't feel frustrated. You within 20 seconds you don't feel that, after 20 seconds you may feel that, but however we cannot come into conclusion that system has failed. Only the performance is degraded in case of web browsing. So this can be considered as a soft real-time system. Soft real-time system, it should ensure that it should meet within the average response time. And we have so many other examples like railway reservation applications. For example, once a request of a reservation is made, it should respond within 20 seconds. We all know that. So the response can be either of it will be in a printed document format, or an apology message for unavailability of seats, and so on. So we expect that tickets to be processed within 20 milliseconds. So it will, otherwise if it is not responding within that second, and if you are waiting for more than 20 to 30 to 40 or any other seconds, or more than 20 seconds or 30 seconds or 40 seconds, so you feel that the performance of the system is degraded. You cannot come into a conclusion that the entire system is failed. No, in the soft real-time systems, in such applications, we can only notice that the performance is only degraded if it fails to meet the average response time. The same the same condition are also arises when you are interacting with automatic teller machine. So if the system is not responding within 20 milliseconds, you feel that the system is system performance is degraded. Formal definitions of real-time systems. So when you take real-time system, so hard real-time system can also be considered as an periodic or cyclic. This TCO of I is equal to Ts plus or minus A. This represents that interval between I and I minus 1 cycle. Ts is the desired sampling interval. It says that the hard real-time system must respond within the sampling interval. So, but it can have a small timing tolerance up to plus or minus A. Okay, and it can also be made as an event or a periodic. Some of the hard real time by giving some relaxation. So it can be made aperiodic or event. So where T of I represents the response time to ith occurrence of an event E. So TE is that it should respond within maximum time of a particular event. Similarly, soft is considered as a periodic when it is being this is again an interval between I and I minus 1 cycles, where this n represents the number of occurrences of event E within time interval t. So n is t by ts. Ts is a sampling interval, and again this aperiodic, it says that average response time, it has to respond within the average response time. So here it must respond within maximum response time and within predetermined response time, whereas soft ensures that it must respond within average permitted response time to an event measured over some interval. These are the formal equations for real-time system for both hard and soft. The classifications of programs include sequential, multitasking, real-time programming and non-real-time programming. Sequential, it allows to execute the code in the same sequence of instructions and which will produce the same results. This type of programming, sequential programming, are strictly ordered as a time sequence. So some of the programs are Fortran, Pascal, Algo 60, Algo 160 and Basic. Behavior of the program depends only on individual actions and their order in case of sequential programming. Multitasking. Multiple tasks are performed at the same time concurrently. So these are the programs that share common resources such as CPU and main memory. Nowadays, we can see that most of the programming languages support concurrency. Some of the programming languages include Ada, Concurrent Pascal, Java, Modular 2, Simula, etc. Next, we can go through and just see what is real-time programming. So, it is mostly about concurrent programming. This type of programming for events occurring in real time and without reference to any internal operations of the computer. It has a specific deadline to produce outputs. So some of the programming languages which comes under this real-time programming is Ada 95. Then what do you mean by non-real-time programming? These are the programmings that has no deadline even if fast response or high performance is desired. So these are called, also called as standard programs. Thank you.